Well, hello, everybody. So it is May 25th. It is Memorial Day. I knew that there wouldn't be a lot of people on here tonight, but I'm super appreciative of those of you that were able to get on with me. It's always more energetic, I guess, for me to like have faces to look at when I'm talking versus, do a private Zoom. Um, but with it being Memorial Day, I was just looking, we have 6 whole days left till we're at the end of the month. So I think because auto ships ran early, and I think because it's the holiday weekend and it's just a little bit longer month anyway, I already feel, well, plus two, I think it's because people have already crushed so many of their goals that I feel like we're already at month end, but we're really not. We have 6 whole days left. So before we get into our topic for tonight, just remember that the Memorial Day promo ends tonight. So I've been sending out, I sent out a bunch of messages and people have finally started to respond, which that's why I always talk about before a holiday, you want to go early, early, early with stuff because some people are going to be out having fun partying and whatever they do. And they may not answer you till later tonight. So just make sure you let people know that that's happening. And I think I talked about this a little bit yesterday in the power planning thing. If this wasn't the exact promo for you that worked well for your people, it's okay to do your own promos. When Lavelle throws out a promo, if it's not jiving with your people, figure out something that will jive with them. That's the whole purpose of why we do so many conversations with them, so that we know. I mean, there were a couple people I sent the promo to already knowing that it wasn't going to fit the niche for them. And so I just said, here's what the company's doing, but here's what I'm doing. And so a couple of them I offered free shipping on whatever they ordered because I knew they only, like, I have a girl who only ever orders shakes. So I knew she wasn't going to want that many boxes of shakes to then have that many credits sitting there waiting. But it's okay to do your own thing. But you just have to remember it's totally a gift that Lavelle throws these things at us. So if you as a promoter are looking at your shelf and you're like, I don't know if this is a good thing or not, it's definitely a good thing for you. If you need product for trials, if you need plus line products, and you guys don't be afraid if you're like, yeah, but I only need a couple of things. Put a post in Dream Team and say, I'm going to place an order tonight. I only need 2 boxes of rest. Who wants to go in on the order with me so we can figure out the credits? Granted, the credits will just go to one person, but you could easily write somebody a check. Like, just be creative with it. Don't let $75 go to waste, I guess is what I'm saying. So anyway, enough about that, because in my mind, we're moving ahead to this week. It's weird because I feel like it's Sunday, but I know it's not. It's really Monday. But I wanted to start off tonight with a quote. First, just a thought. The thought is evolve or repeat. And I was looking at that earlier today. And so I actually went back through and watched some of the YouTube videos of like our past Monday night Dream Team Zooms on YouTube. And I was like, what if we talked about, like, I mean, obviously lots of stuff, but what are some things that we've talked about? Are we evolving? Like, are we truly moving forward? And so then I actually did find a quote, and I'm going to be totally cheesy and read you this. It's more than a quote. It's a whole paragraph, but I'm going to be really cheesy and read it to you because I just think it's so important. You guys know I love our Zooms. Like, it's the highlight of my week to get to be here with you guys. And Sandra at Dilbeck and I have even talked about this. It seems like we get to hang out Sunday night and then we get to hang out Monday night. And then before I know it, it's Wednesday or Thursday. And I'm like, oh, I miss my people. So anyway, side note. So here's the quote that I think is important that I want us to talk about. You are being presented with a choice. You evolve or you remain. If you choose to remain unchanged, you will be presented with the same challenges, the same routine, the same storms, the same situations until you learn from them and until you love yourself enough to say no more, until you choose to change. If you choose to evolve, you will connect with the strength within you. You will explore what lies outside your comfort zone. You will awaken with love. You will become the you that you need to be. You have everything you need. Choose to evolve. Think about that with your business. How many times are you like, I'm in the same situation. I got the same problem. Let me go back to the quote. I've got this, the same challenges. At what point in time are you going to be like, you know what, enough? Because here's the thing I think we have to think about, because there's lots of different reasons. Maybe you're finding yourself in the same challenge because mentally you've put yourself in the same challenge. please, I am going to put, I actually stole a cute version where it looks like it's on note paper. I'm going to share that in Dream Team under this video. But, you know, maybe you're finding yourself up against a wall, customer after customer after customer with the same objection. That's the word I was looking for. Maybe everyone you talk to, everyone you've ever talked to says it's too expensive. Is it because it's too expensive, or are you doing something wrong and not learning from it? Are you beating your head because every time you bring in a new promoter, and you guys, again, I'm using my own examples here, that when you bring in a promoter, they're just in it for the deal, and then you're like, my team's not growing. Okay, well, are you doing, it's that whole definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. So when you're looking at your business, if you are constantly hearing yourself say the same thing, maybe, and you guys are going to have to go deep on this because I don't know what you're saying to yourselves half the time, right? But if you're saying, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this is too hard, maybe people don't like me. I don't know what you guys say to yourselves, but if you have repeated the same thing more than once, more than twice, that is when I want you to stop and be like, you know what? Do I evolve in this moment, or do I remain the same? Do I reach up to an upline or a sideline that I trust and say, hey, you know what? I am struggling every time I talk to a new customer. They tell me it's too expensive. How do you overcome that objection? Or do you maybe get online and try to find a book about overcoming objections for sales? What do you do when you're finding yourself in that position? That is what will make or break you. That is what will make you grow in your business or stay the same. So I got to pull up chat. I'm so bad at this sometimes. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is start thinking, hopefully you're already thinking, and those of you that can, if you're able to type, start putting into chat some of the things that you feel like, oh my gosh, yes, exactly, I'm stuck on this, or this is my challenge that I keep having over and over. This is the thing that I don't know how to evolve past. Because those are some of the things I want to talk about. But I also want to make sure you understand that most of the time, it's your mindset. It's not actually the problem itself. It's not actually the customer or not actually the promoter. It's like being on a Ferris wheel and choosing not to get off when it stops, right? And you guys are probably, so I know there have been times when I've been on the phone with maybe a promoter and they are just losing their mind. And they are just, and she said this, and then she said that, and then she canceled, and then she called support, and it's just literally, it just starts, it's like a toddler when they just get out of control. They cannot get themselves together. You got to stop it, right? And that is where you got to work on your mindset, because when you start to feel yourself go in that spiral, and I think that's the thing too, it's not that you're not going to spiral. It's not that you're not going to have bad moments where you start to question yourself, or you start to go down that rabbit hole. The strength comes in when you stop and you say, you know what, I'm going down that rabbit hole. That's not where I want to be. I'm going to climb back out of here. And that's what they were talking about. When you find the strength within you and you start to see the things that are outside of your comfort zone, it's very easy to get locked into, I'm up 4K. I only have a couple people on my team that work. I use my dog and my husband as one of my orders, so I get my stuff for free. I'm safe here. I have this figured out. It's not too scary, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's easy to get that way. It's super freaking scary to be like, you know what? I'm going to make it my goal this month to get 6 new promoters. And I'm going to work with 2 of them to get to VIP. That shit is scary, pardon my French, right? That's the stuff that makes you want to a little bit in the back of your throat, because you don't really know what's going to happen. You don't know who you're going to sign up. You don't know if they're going to have a fire in their belly. But if you don't set that goal and you just sit very comfortably in your little zone that you've been in, then I hope you're super comfortable, because that's the zone you're going to stay in. So I just love that so much. And, you know, we've talked, it's like, so when I was looking back through some of our videos, we've talked about the importance of going all in. You know, what that means in a game of poker when you go all in is because you know your hand is amazing and you're willing to bet everything you have against it. And I don't know a single person on this, I'm looking at your faces and your names, I don't know a single person on here who doubts for 1 second that maybe Thrive is okay. Like, I know all of you take it every day, without a doubt. There's not a single person in here who's not sure. Like, have you ever played poker and this is me, I don't play it enough to be smart at it. So I have that moment like, now wait, is this a good hand? I don't, and I have to show it to somebody and be like, do I have a good hand or not? I don't have to do that. I get up every daggone morning and I take my capsules without even thinking. And most of the time I take a picture or a video of it and I tell the world about it because that is what I do. I don't question it. I know within 10 minutes I'm going to feel great if I don't already wake up feeling great. I know within 30 minutes I'm going to have my shake and be ready to go for my day and tackling stuff. I know that. You know that. That's why you take it every day. I take a rest gel every night before bed because I know it's going to make me turn this brain off that struggles to get turned off, but I know it's going to work for me, right? I know if I don't feel good in the middle of the afternoon for some weird reason, I will take a Pure Shot because I know it works, right? It's the same thing. Like when you get into your car and you hit the button, you know it's going to turn on. You know it's going to work. Well, this job works. Your product works. So going all in is something we've talked about. Are you truly, honestly going all in? Are you waking up every day all in, running a business? And you guys, we talked about this last week, the difference between treating your business as a true, honest business. Are you promoting your business every day? Are you telling people what you do for a living? Are you telling people what you're passionate about? And again, I can show you the whole last week. Every day we've made posts for our I'll call them regular businesses, right? Every single day we make a post for our regular businesses. We talk about joining the chamber. We talk about why you need what we have. Have you told people this week why they need what you have? Have you told people why they need it? When Kohl's, I mean, my gosh, has Kohl's sent you guys so many messages during the quarantine? I think I get like 3 a day. And they tell me every single time why they're sending me the message. Like they tell me what I need. They're like, oh, we're sending you this because it is time to get your house together because you are on lockdown. Or they're like, oh, we're sending you this coupon because, girl, Memorial Day is coming up. It's time to get your swimsuit out. You need us. You need our coupon for your swimsuit because it's time. They tell you what you need. You don't question that. You don't even think twice about it. Have you told your customers or the public why they need you? Did you tell people why they needed to take advantage of that Memorial Day sale? Did you tell them why it was such a great deal to get $75 in free product next month? Right? That's what I want you guys to think about. If you are just sending out a promo or sending out a graphic and then hoping somebody dives in, then that's okay. That's what you're doing. I'm not putting anybody down. But I want you to think about how when people send you promos, how they talk, they make it about you. Now, granted, Kohl's has a highly sophisticated computer system and they know everything I've ever purchased at Kohl's, when I bought it, how much I bought, what size I got. So they know probably this time for the last 2 years, I've gone and bought a swimsuit or bought a pair of sandals, right? So they know that, so they can target market me. But you know your customers. You know that if they live in America, they've been stressed out for a couple months. If they live in America, they celebrated Memorial Day this weekend, which means they kicked off their summer holiday, which means a lot of people were in swimsuits for the first time, which means a lot of people are freaking out for the first time. So these are the things that you need to think about. Why do they need you? What do you have that you can help them with? And I want you to evolve out of how you've been approaching things to this point. Because here's the thing, if you're rocking your business, and some of you totally are, then you have been evolving. And I'm not saying that you need to stop. Obviously, we always want to evolve. Oh, I just saw your thing. I'm in your brain, Sandra says. I kind of lost track of this is my Memorial Day head right here. I want you to evolve past what you've been doing, because I feel like, I don't know, like, like when you taught a kid how to walk for the first time and they took a couple steps and they fell, you're like, that's great, but now we're going to take a few more. And you might fall again, but then we're going to take even more. And then when you get really good at it, you're going to actually start running. You're going to do these steps faster, right? We didn't just say, okay, take 2 steps and fall. And, oh, yeah, you learned to walk. We're done now, right? You want to always evolve. And I want you to look at your business the same way. If you are growing, that's awesome. But how much more could you grow? If you're not growing, why? What aren't you doing? What aren't you changing up? Where are you getting stuck? By the way, nobody's put a single thing in this chat that they're stuck on. So apparently, I'm the only person that gets stuck on stuff around here, I guess. Is that right? Oh, no. Sonia's saying no. She is painting, though. So I'll just start throwing out some stuff that I see people get stuck on. I'm sure I'm bias. But I feel like we have probably one of the most amazing teams. We are so supportive. We have so much, like, just sass and smarts. I mean, we have it all. However, my phone goes off more than not with people doubting themselves, right? There's a lot of people that get in their head and they start doubting themselves. And then they get in that spiral. And I'm glad that they reach out and say, hey, I'm in the spiral. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I've screwed up. Maybe I'm not a good leader. Maybe I'm not a good promoter, like whatever it is that they're thinking. But that is something that we have to evolve past, right? We have to become the person we want to be. What is it? Someone said something like, if you want to become an athlete, you have to live like an athlete. You know, you can't order pizza and drink beer and maybe walk around the block a couple of days a week if you want to be an athlete, right? To be an athlete, you've got to exercise a lot, push yourself, sweat, eat well, stay hydrated. You got to do these things. So if you're like, you know what, I want to be a full-time Thrive promoter with a free car and a nice cushy, you know, whatever, like maybe you want 2 trips a year, or maybe you just want to make so much money as a promoter that you can bring your husband home, whatever it is you want. I don't know what everybody wants. But what does that person look like? How are you going to evolve into that person? Like, there are times, don't get me wrong, there are times where I just want to sit on the couch. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down for a little bit. But then I'm like, oh, I got goals. I got shit to do. And so I might sit down for a little bit, but then I will get up because I've got stuff to do. And the person who I want to be doesn't have time to just sit on the couch and mope, right? So I just want you, I made a board a long time ago. I forget how long ago, but it's right here by my computer. That's why I'm looking at it. And it was just basically, it's kind of like a vision board, but it's really the board of, like, to me, my vision board, I have boards everywhere. My vision board over there talks about my finances, my faith, my health, like travel, stuff like that, right? This board talks about no matter how I feel, I get up, I dress, hang on. No matter how I feel, I get up, I dress up, I show up, I never give up. I look for something positive in each day, even if some days it's harder to find. I always give people more than they expect. This board is the person I want to be, not the places I want to go, the things I want to buy, the things I want to have, right? This is the person who I want to be right here. And so when there are times where I start to think, I don't know what to do today, or you know, squirrel, I'm not sure if I want to go out and play in my garden, which I always want to do, or if I should sit down and do reach outs, then I can look at this board and it says right in the middle, I kid you not, right in the middle, be the best version of you. Do the best you can. Well, that shit will stop you in your tracks right there when you just want to go goof off, right? So I'm all for taking care of myself. I'm all for having relaxation when I need to. But I also know that there's a little 5-year-old in me that would play outside all day long and get nothing done if allowed. And so she has to look at this board and remind myself. It even says, dear team, keep it up. You're doing a great job. That's a reminder to me to make sure that I'm telling my team how great you guys are. Like, if I ever go to bed at night and I haven't said something to someone on my team about how great they are, shame on me. That's not the person I want to be. So this board is kind of who I want to evolve into, right? Like, I know I said get up, dress up, and show up, and this is how I'm dressed today, but I did take a shower, so that counts, right? Lisa says, asking the right questions, saying the right thing to get them to place an order. Okay, so that's what you feel like you're stuck on. Samantha says, I get stuck with balancing. I sometimes get so focused on helping my team grow that I don't focus on my customers like I should, and then my PPA struggles. A to the men. That is balancing act. Okay, so Lisa, and you guys, again, you can unmute, you can throw stuff into chat, but let's talk to Lisa really quick about asking the right questions. I don't think there's a wrong question to ask, basically. I think what happens is people stop asking questions. So when somebody's like, hey, what's Thrive? Our brains are like, oh, I got a live one. I got a promo. I got 20% off. We don't know yet why she needs us, right? So I think that's when it's like, well, Thrive can be a lot of things. What are you looking for? What are your health struggles? What are you dealing with right now? Tell me more about that. Have you tried to fix that in the past? How did that work for you? How long did you try? Like, literally, you can just ask can you tell what I do for a living? if you can ask so many questions of people to where they just start to talk through, and because here's part of it is the magic of the three-way chat where people will start opening up to a stranger. A lot of times it's because as a stranger, I will come in and ask a question that maybe you've never thought to ask because you know this person. Like, you know what I mean? When we know someone, we don't think to ask questions because we think we know them. And even a lot of you guys know this too. You'll give me the heads up, hey, she's this, that, and the other. I'll get in and act completely stupid like I know nothing about this person. And I'm like, so tell me about this. Knowing full well you've already told me all about it, but I want to hear it from them. So I want them to start talking to me. So I think that when you can ask them enough questions that their answers lead them to the order, that's when it makes it even better. So I think Kayla Fox says something to the extent of, when they tell her no, she feels like they're just not curious enough yet. So she feels like it's her job to make them more curious. But I think the best way to make someone curious is to be curious about them. So the more questions you can ask somebody, like if somebody says to you, how's your day? What's your routine like? Oh, how many kids do you have? Oh gosh, do you have to get all of them on the bus? Well, then how much time do you have to eat breakfast? Like the more you can find out, then you're like, you know what, this will be perfect for you because you take it before you get the kids up. And then right after you put them on the bus, you can have your shake and you'll be out the door. Like then you can make it about them because you've asked them enough questions. So anyway, I'm rambling. That to me, I don't think there's a wrong question or a right question. I just think a lot of times there's not enough questions being asked. Sam, yeah, getting stuck with balance. Girl, I feel you. And that is a super, super tough one. And I will tell you that just me personally, what I've been trying to work on these last few months, and granted, I added to it by Tom and I started another business, but it's literally, I have a priority sheet it's written down, but I also have it in my head because I've looked at it so much. And I think I've talked about this before. I know like all the successful people in the world will tell you, don't pick up your phone first thing in the morning. But between 5 and 5:30, when I wake up after I take my Thrive, the first thing I do is I make my post on all my groups. I make my posts for all my businesses. I do my stories, and I make sure that my story every single morning starts with my Lavelle job. Because to me, if I kick off my day every single day the same way, super fast and easy with 2 capsules and maybe a shake, I might even show them a DFT, everything else that I show them for the rest of the day in my stories, all the shit I get done, they can't question. They'll question it, don't get me wrong, but they can't question it. That's how she does all the things. Every single day she starts with that little pack, and then she does all these things, and then she starts the next day with that pack. And so I just feel like I do better personally if I front load all of my personal work. I mean, I try to do my reach outs, my birthdays. I do everything possible as early as possible. Like I try by the time, like let's say it's a 7 a.m. Kayla Fox day on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. A lot of times I've already done all my reach outs and all my stuff before I get on there, because then I can switch my brain to how can I, like, it's not that I'm going to miss out on the information for the day. I can use it the next day, but then I can also use it to feed into my team. I can then jump, like I'll get an idea and I can jump into group chats with people. So you have to take care of your own business first. And that is a tough one. And you guys all probably know this. It's so fun to shout somebody out. It is so fun to watch somebody grow. It's so fun to hold someone's hand when they are like whizzing. We have some people who are going to hit 4K and 12K for the first time ever this month. And it's so much fun. But while they're doing that, if I don't do my business, then I'm not really being the best leader possible. Because I just feel like you have to lead by example. So if somebody says to me at 8 o'clock in the morning, I don't know what to make my story about, I can literally look at them and say, oh, go look at mine. I don't have time to do birthday reach outs. Really, I did mine this morning from the bathroom. It happens. So I just, you got to make it, it's all, okay, most of you, I'm looking at most of you are moms or dog moms. So you know that if you don't pee, like tiptoe into the bathroom and pee before you go out into the world, you'll never get a chance to pee in the morning, right? Because the dogs will wake up, the kids will wake up. Before you know it, you will not have a chance to do it. To me, I feel the same way about my personal business. If I don't get my reach outs, my birthdays, if I don't get my stories started, if I don't get all that stuff done, I won't get to it. Like there are days really around noon or 2, I'm like, did I do a story this morning? And I'll go back and look. I'm like, oh, I totally did. I did it because it's so ingrained. And you guys can look. If you follow my stories, you'll look starting it the same way every day. Ricky says, keeping it simple for me, pretty much same as Lisa. Sonia says, I feel like I have no credibility. Oh, I wish I was closer to you because I would probably choke you right now. Sonia Whalen, I see your face. Do you not have probably one of the best before and afters on this entire team? Maybe. Have you taken Thrive now for almost 5 years? Okay. We're done. You're 100% credible. That's your mindset. You have, I don't know who you're listening to or what you're thinking. You are credible. I'm staring at you on the screen right now. I'm going to yell at you tomorrow when I see you in real life. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. You've taken it for 5 years. You have the best before and after. Done. That's all I got. Lisa, you can smack her tomorrow. Yes, exactly. I plan on it. Yes, Sonia, you are incredible, 100%. I hope you're reading these things, Sonia. Yeah, I get to go back to my other JOB tomorrow. You guys have to train people. God, I hope I remember how to do it. I went and hung up all the wash your hand signs today because that's super important. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet now. I want you guys to raise your hand, unmute yourself, chime in, tell me what you're thinking. Did this help you? Are you like, holy crap, this was something I was thinking? Or I don't know what, just talk to me. Anybody? Anybody? Well, Sandra, you said I was in your head, so I'm going to unmute you. Except it won't let me. It won't let me unmute you. Okay, tell me, why was I in your head? How did this resonate with you? Uh-oh. Oh, she's muted herself back. Sam, you're unmuted. No, you're not. It won't let me unmute you either.
I'm unmuted.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Okay, so I just want to say that has been fantastic. I'm actually at a Memorial Day party, and there's 2 other of our teammates here also, so we've all been kind of listening. Yep. So they're gonna also, we'll have to watch a little bit of the replay, but I heard most of it, and even though this is totally an important topic, I just want to say that this team is doing so good. Like, yeah, we still need to have that mindset check because otherwise we'll lose it. So this is so important. But not just my team, but the dream team, like the whole dream team has been doing so good, and it's like addicting. It's like, you know, I'm not upset at not being able to focus on my own personal people because it is so exciting to have the whole team growing. So yeah, if you're watching this and you need help with your mindset, let us know. And if you're not bold enough to let us know on the group chat, I will talk to anybody any day about it privately. But still, I'm proud of everybody. So as I'm on this with you, Lacey got a new customer. So she just got a new customer, and she's going to hit 12K any second.
Inches.
Evie is close to 12K. She can actually get there this month. And Danielle is going to hit 4K for the first time ever this month. Like, these are totally worth celebrating. We do need to check our mindset. We do need to make sure we stay focused. But we also need to celebrate every single little thing. So I'm super proud of everybody. And that's all I wanted to say. You want to say hi to other people?
Oh, yeah. Show us some of our Arizona team. Hi, girls.
This is the East Valley. These are our East Valley Thrivers.
East Valley Thrivers in the house.
We're ready. So, yeah. So,
oh, yay. Well, you girls go back to your party.
We will, but I wanted to tell everybody, Dream Team is awesome. You guys are awesome. We're all
I agree, 110%. Thank you, Sam.
Welcome.
Anybody else have anything you want to add? Questions? Anything you want to say? All right, it's 8 o'clock. You guys, I hope you have a fabulous, the remaining of your Memorial Day. It feels weird. We won't be back together for a while, so if you need me, let me know. And I do want to say really quick before we get off here, with the 6 days that are left, I personally am going to focus on a trial blitz. I'm just using that word. I don't have a game plan yet, but I'm going to spend the next 6 days trying to get out as many 3 and 5 day trial packs as I can, so that June I can be signing up a bunch of new people. Lisa Cook, you basically did that last month and you signed up people from it this month. So I'm copying Lisa Cook. I'm just going to try to get as many trial packs out as I can, because I like to have new customers as much as, like Sam said, as much as I like to shout you guys out, I want to shout myself out sometimes too. All right, so pick something that you want to focus on for the next 6 days and just go for it. And like, set a reminder on your phone. Do not let a day go by without you doing the one thing. If it's talking about a trial pack once a day, every day for the next 6 days, do it. If it's talking about a before and after every 6 days, or every day for the next 6 days. If it's talking about the income impact that this product has had for you every day for the next 6 days, pick one thing that you want to celebrate for the next 6 days and push it. And don't second guess yourself, you guys. Like, I can tell you right now, somebody at Old Navy is like, you know what? We're going to push sandals. We're going to push flip-flops and tank tops for the next 10 days. And we're literally going to bombard people with the marketing. They don't question it. So you pick something and bombard people with it. Like, bombard social media with it. And just be about it. And just see what happens to your business when you commit. Okay? All right. Love you all. Bye.